sunshine. It's your girl Janika. I'm coming back to you with another video. I know it's been some time. You guys have to forgive me because I know I needed to have my butt on here uploading a video. You know, I've been studying the book of Judges, and I actually been studying the life of Samson. So I've been in chapters 13 through 16, just studying the life of Samson and just really trying to get an understanding. You know, I asked the Lord to search me and to show me myself, and I believe we can learn a lot from Samson. Okay, you guys, so I'm just going to share with you a little bit of backdrop, a backstory of Samson's life, and how, you know, we can learn so much from Samson. You know, and we know that all scriptures are inspired by God himself. And so I believe the Lord has revealed some things to me that he wants me to share with you all. So let's go ahead and get into it, okay? I missed you guys so much, and I just thank you for your love and your support. So I may read a little bit of scripture, but I urge you to go out and study the Bible for yourself, because the Lord wants a relationship with you, and he wants you to do what it says in 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 15. Be diligent to present yourself approved to God as a workman who does not need to be ashamed, accurately handling the word of truth. So the Lord wants you to know his word for yourself and not to just go off of what I'm saying or anyone else is saying. You know, always go to the Lord and ask him for yourself to make sure that whoever teaching that you're listening to, that they are, you know, teaching you what's right, you know. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a backdrop. You know, in chapter 13 Judges, it kind of talks about how the sons of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord. And so the Philistines basically was given over, the Israelites was given over into the hands of the Philistines for 40 years, excuse me. And so that talks a little bit about that, and it also talks about a man named Manoah and his wife, and how the angel of the Lord came to visit them. The angel of the Lord came to visit Manoah's wife first, and, you know, he told her that she was going to conceive and have a son, and that she could not, you know, eat anything off a vine. She couldn't drink any wine. She couldn't even have any alcohol or anything that was unclean. And then the angel of the Lord appeared to them a second time. And this time Manoah was actually able to go and speak to the angel of the Lord himself, you know, and ask, you know, what should we do, you know, when the son, you know, basically arrives and is delivered? How should they, you know, raise this child? You know, what should they expect to do? You know, and Samson was a Nazarite from the womb, which meant that when he was born, he couldn't drink any wine, any strong drink. He couldn't go around the dead or touch anything that was unclean. But as you guys study for yourself, and if you already know the story of Samson, then you know Samson, he did whatever he wanted to do, you know, and that's in chapter 13, where it talks about Samson going down to Timnah, you know, meeting or seeing a Philistine woman, you know, and right at sight, he falls right in love. And I actually wrote down some notes, you know, and I believe these notes are very helpful, you know, to each and every one of us. So some things that we can learn from Samson is that Samson had a type. You know, when Samson saw Delilah, he instantly fell in love with her beauty. So he seen something that he liked, right? And then Samson also, he was love struck. Can you explain to me how a man falls in love with a person he absolutely knows nothing about? I know I've been guilty of that. And I know sometimes when we're desperate, You know, we can see someone and be just taken away by their looks. You know, you just be like, wow, that person is just so fine, you know. But we don't study this, not so much study this person, but take time out to get to know this person, to see if this person's heart is right. You know, does this person love the Lord? Does this person have my best interests? So this is why I believe we can learn so much from the book of Judges. You know, the story, the life of Samson. And another thing I believe the Lord revealed to me is that Samson was a very insecure person, because when you're an insecure person, you usually tell people right off the bat, after just knowing them for a few weeks or maybe a couple of months, that you love them. Samson said that he loved this woman basically because guess what? He said, he told his dad, let me flip back. I'm going to read a little bit of it. Now, this is Judges chapter 14. Then Samson went down to Timnah and saw a woman in Timnah, one of the daughters of the Philistines. So he came back and told his father and mother, I saw a woman in Timnah, one of the daughters of the Philistines. Now, therefore, get her for me as a wife. Now, that right there shows us that he was just love struck. He was just taken away by her beauty. She was so beautiful to him that he like, you know what? I gotta have this woman. I want to marry her now. Get her. Okay. Samson, I mean, he was just in his feelings is what I'm trying to say. Now, it's a couple of things that I wrote down that I do want to share with you all. Okay, it's a couple things. Let's see here. Okay, I wrote down, don't have deep feelings for people that you do not know. So take time out to get to know someone. Don't be in a rush. And another thing is, I'm going to read now, if you know the story of Samson, I'm just going to say go ahead and read it, because it is so many things that we can learn from Samson. Studying the life of Samson, I learned quite a few things. You know, in chapter 16, it talked about how Delilah kept questioning Samson, saying like, you know, how are you so strong? And he told her a couple different things. You know, he said, if they bind me up with 7 fresh cords that have not been dried, then I will become weak and be like any other man. You know, he kept telling her all these different things. This is in chapter 16, Judges chapter 16, 7. You know, and it just goes on and on and on. And he even said to her, like, if they bind me up tightly with new ropes which have not been used, I will become weak like any other man. You know, and it just kept going on and on and on. So Samson did not know how to use the word no, clearly. And also, Samson had a type. He loved beautiful women. Because as soon as he seen her, he was love struck. So just a couple of things I'm just going to share with you that I wrote in my notes, and then you can go back and read and study for yourself. Samson probably felt rejected once he learned about Delilah sleeping with his companion. Basically, I guess a close friend. Samson was offended. He was in his feelings. Samson was plotted on. He did not judge Delilah right over time, because he didn't spend a lot of time. Because clearly he said, as soon as he saw her, he told his parents in chapter 14 that he seen a woman and he wanted them to get her as a wife for him. So Samson was a people pleaser because Delilah just kept asking him and asking him and asking him, how is he so strong? Where does his strength come from? So he was, he just finally got to a point where he got fed up with her asking, and he just finally gave in and just told her everything that was in his heart. And that was not a good look. I believe the only person that you should tell everything to is the Lord. That's it. Samson got caught up with a woman who wasn't his wife. Of course, like I said in the beginning, insecure people will tell you they love you right off the bat. Let's see. I've also put down, don't have deep feelings for people that you don't know. I put, let's see here. Doing what you're told can be hard. Yeah, because Samson, he did his own little thing. When he went down to Timnah with his father and mother, is that when he took the carcass? Well, anyway, Samson took the carcass of a dead lion and scraped honey up out of it. Now, Samson was not supposed to go near nothing that was dead. So he was doing something that he shouldn't have been doing, and he did it anyway. Delilah did not value Samson. She wanted to destroy him. She did not appreciate Samson. She just wanted to be, I guess, paid, you could say, just by her getting that information of his strength, she benefited from it. So there's quite a few things that we can learn from Samson. Don't lower your standards. Don't overlook red flags. Delilah showed Samson how to treat him because she just kept getting worse and worse. She did not respect him, so she continuously disrespected him over and over with her games. She was gaslighting Samson, and appearance can be misleading. 16 of Judges, where it reads down at the bottom, it says in verse 12, so Delilah took new ropes and bound him with them and said to him, the Philistines are upon you, Samson. For the men were lying and waiting in the inner room, but he snapped the ropes from his arms like a thread. Then Delilah said to Samson, up to now you have deceived me and told me lies. Tell me how you may be bound. And he said to her, if you weave the 7 locks of my hair with a web and fasten it with a pin, then I will become weak and be like any other man. So right there, she tricked him and told him that the Philistines were there, to get him. So she was playing all these different mind games and tricking him to tell her the truth, of his strength. So I just don't understand, but people do it. People will sit up there and ask you or test you, give you all these different questions to see if you so they can find out your strength, because people just don't value you, so you have to be very careful and very mindful who you share certain things with. So I will honestly, if I were you, be prayerful, while you're out here in the dating world. Just be cautious and protect yourself, because you never know who is preying on your downfall, because everybody don't want to see you happy. They want to understand, how do you get that joy, Some people can't sleep until they do evil. Even the Bible talks about that, And I'm not going to be before you too much longer. I just wanted to get on and share some things the Lord had revealed to me in my time of study. Again, I know I've been away for some time, you guys. I'm going to try to do my best to upload more videos. Just please keep me in your prayers. Being a single mom is tough work, but it's not impossible. So Until the next video, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. God bless.